70 pages. So like I wouldn't have expected you to read all of it, but tell me some things that you learned about yourself that you may or may not have known already. And this is an open conversation, so you don't got to raise your hand. Just talk.
I learned that um, um, I'm not as assertive as I thought I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that surprising to you?
Um, kind of like a a little bit. Cause I feel like you know, I have that when I come off, I think I'm a little bit assertive.
Okay.
Not as much as I thought, which is not that bad.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, those listen, those things are not the end all be all. They are just to kind of give you an idea of your personality type. Don't take what was in those reports as like, like a firm 100% what it is. It's meant to guide whoever's hiring you into the right position. Who else? What else do you guys learn about yourselves and the reports?
Well, I definitely learned that there's some things that I thought I'll be really good at that I probably won't be so good at if I actually were to go into like that area. So it definitely taught me a lot about myself as a person.
Good. 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 Okay. Good.
I learned that apparently I don't like news. I'm just sure I said that I didn't like news. I was kind of surprised by that. But yeah, that's pretty neat.
Apparently, you don't like rules. I don't
Kind
like rules either.
I kind of it kind of told me kind of description of how I am and how it can benefit me in the workplace, and it kind of surprised me how accurate it was.
Yep. Yep. It's strange, right? They got you moving all these shapes and doing all these different things, and all of a sudden, it's telling you about your personality.
Mm.
Anybody else learn something about themselves?
I
And they
mean,
might.
I would have to agree that I learned that I'm like more of a leader and more sociable, and like the description that it gave me, I think it was like in well, it's like the seventh page. It was around the first 10 pages.
The seventh page.
Yeah, it was pretty accurate. And
Surprisingly accurate,
like,
right? Like it's almost like stuff that you don't even think about that you do as a person, and then how it translates into the workplace. And it's super important to. It's part of like self understanding about yourself, like who you are when you're going out and you're picking what career you want to get into, or what job you want to take, or what jobs you even want to interview for, right? Like, for me personally, like it's very difficult for me to listen to rules just like you, and I don't like anybody telling me what to do. So like I wouldn't work well. One of the things in the report talks about your ideal supervisor and the type of person that you would work well with. So like I would not work well with somebody that was constantly on top of me and telling me what to do. I work well in an environment where it's like, hey, okay, this is the project, get it done, bring it back to me. So anybody else surprised about anything in the report? No? Okay. All right, cool. So I think Vera, we're gonna let you start off.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I want you to do. Come in.
Don't give me microphones.
You don't have to just come here. Jump in your
Don't
shirt.
give me
Yep,
microphones.
put it right in your shirt. That's all. Because if not, you're gonna be able to hear you.
I feel it.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So from the nine students that picked me last time, you guys all remember who did? As a first, either as first or second option, I'm going to run you through some questions because what I'm looking to identify is a good person who's very good oriented with assisting with the work that I need to get done to get that. Okay? So I would say feel free to express your thoughts. There is no right or wrong, but the closest one to the right answer, I would say I'll probably have 8 or 9 questions, will go with me. Okay?
And just to clarify, you're not picking the one person right here, right? You and I are gonna talk, and then we'll.
Right.
Yeah. So you're not gonna be singled out here in front of everybody. It's not like you're winning a contest.
Yes.
It's
So
just.
feel free to express your thoughts. There is, like I said, one of them, no right or wrong. And let's see what we come along with. And it's going to be the closest to the right answer.
Do you mind if I just ask? Is it open to everybody? People who also did
They
not apply
could,
for you?
yeah, I would say so. Yeah, everyone could be involved. Feel free, but first we're gonna give the opportunity to those 9. If you don't mind raising your hand, just to kind of find an idea. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry, second. Sorry, Steven. I'm sorry. Okay. So here's the first one coming. What is the first step to improving any process in a business? No right or wrong.
So just so we're clear on this,
Yeah.
somebody's got to answer. So if you,
What
especially if you're one of the 9 that wanted to work for Vera, you're gonna want to at least get some ideas out.
An idea, yeah.
I feel like it's receiving like feedback on your business or like getting an idea of what you might be able to change.
Great answer. Anybody else?
Don't be shy, guys. Seriously.
Yeah. Now we have the critical thinking involved.
There's an expression that that is very popular. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. So seriously, like we're looking for go-getters. We're looking for people who are not just looking to coast by here and just show up and just take up space. So if you have an idea, please feel free to just
Just express it out there.
yeah, seriously, there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I feel like taking that like what helps the business thrive best is
That's
also
right. Yeah. Another important factor. Idea?
I would say like criticism as well because I feel like if you don't take people's criticism and I don't know, I feel like if you don't have if people you don't take people's criticism, you won't be able to thrive as well. I don't know.
Absolutely right. Yeah, because criticism is like feedback.
Yeah.
So you can improve the skills that you need to then work on. Absolutely. Go ahead.
I'd say what's important is maximizing the quality of whatever you're doing. Like, let's say you're like doing like food business, you want to like try to do like the best to satisfy your customers.
The best we can.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Feel free.
I would say like you got to do trial and error. Like you got to try some things to see what works and doesn't, and you have to build a strong team foundation.
Very, very good. Okay. Anybody else? Yeah.
I think you should like understand what you're doing like in every area and understand like how much quality can you put into each area and then build strategies upon that.
Great job, guys. Anybody else?
I would say first, if there's a problem, identify the problem. And then also, as previously mentioned, look at statistics and feedback because customers, they're working for customers. So you want to make the business ideal for them, not ideal for you.
Very good. Yeah. Look from their perspective. Not from your. Okay.
I would say evaluate and assess the qualities and skills you yourself and whatever team you have bring to the table. Because if you can understand what each person can bring to the business or what they can do to make it grow, then I feel like whatever process you're undergoing, expedite it.
Yeah, great answer. You're gonna be a good at leadership. Okay, so I already kind of can tell where, and which foundation they could fit in. Anybody else before I move forward? Okay. Question number 2. What is the most important skill for someone working in operations? Ready? So here's how I'm gonna ask you guys. Name and then the answer. Name and then the answer so I can get to memorize it. Go ahead, you go first.
Jerry,
Jerry.
Go
ahead, Jerry.
So I would say the most important skill is communication.
What is it?
Communication when it comes to operations. Like you got to be able to communicate what's the issue and how to get it like resolved.
Perfect. So that way you can work on it. And okay, go ahead.
Joel, and I would say an important part of it is definitely flexibility, because not all the time, like things aren't always going to go your way 100% of the time. So you always have to know to be flexible, know how to like work your way around things.
Great answer. Go ahead, my dear.
for your homework and I want to say responsibility. 'Cause I feel like being a part of operations, that's like a lot of responsibility. You need to be able to like know what you're up against. Basically.
So is it right answer? Yes.
For
And your name is
my name is Aileen. For operations, I feel like the most important quality to have is like integrity. I'll say because it's just
as it is. Your one word.
because I feel like 2 types of way. I feel like we need to have like leadership and integrity because you're like running something that is getting like your business like out.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely right. Okay. Great answer. Nice.
I would say one important quality for
What's your name again?
sorry, Chris.
Chris. Okay.
Yeah. One important quality for operations would be adaptability because it's essential that you adapt to like work environments, stuff like that.
That's very true. Okay. Anybody else? That's an easy one, guys. Inequality matters in a business, but obviously they are prioritizing accord.
Well,
Go
I
ahead.
mean,
Yeah.
I would just like to add on teamwork, because if you're in operations, you likely work for a team, and I feel that kind of goes into how JRL said about communication. As communication, like any environment that you're in a team, I feel communication is key.
Yeah.
Because if you can't communicate something with your teammates, then it can lead to an issue or
Instrumental to the business. Okay. Anybody else? Great answers here. We have geniuses in here.
I think that when it comes to operations, adaptability is extremely important because you don't know what type of boss you're gonna get.
Yeah, if you get one like Steven, you may want to look for the door. It's just a joke, guys. 'Cause I haven't looked for the door yet. All right. Okay, so next question will be, if you have 10 tasks that needs to be done and everything is urgent, what should you do first? Once again, name, answer, name, Ariel.
I would say prioritizing the ones that are the fastest to do. Like the quickest, the way like you gotta get as much tasks as done as possible, right? So I'll get the ones done quick.
Can you repeat?
Second.
To say determine the homeworks or the tasks that will get most of the work done, like already. Just understand like the priority that will make all the work easier.
Right answer. Yeah, someone needed me to.
I didn't hear the first part.
If you have 10 tasks and everything is urgent, what should you do first?
Okay.
Okay, who was next? Next. Go ahead, my dear.
My name is Amy, and I feel like the most important task to do first. I feel like opposite from Jeriel, and I feel like it should be the hardest ones first because once you get the hard ones done, like it's easier to finish because it's all the fast ones that you have left.
Makes sense. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go like in a different route and not exactly which one you should do first. And I think you should first like sacrifice a few minutes and like just a few moments like before you do any task, you organize yourself. Because I'm a very organized person and I feel organization is key. As if I'm going from task to task, I'm not gonna get work done effectively. So I feel you should sacrifice some time at the beginning for organization and then preparation and you get to those tasks.
Okay.
Name's Raphael. I kind of thought of the opposite, where I thought as if you're saying that each tasks are urgent, I felt that you should do at least a bit of each, little by little, as at least you can build up everything at once. As if you do the most important task first, you're still leaving like the rest like with nothing. So at least you should have something in each to really rely on.
Okay. My dear.
I feel like you should go off of deadline because you can have an easy task that's due next month or something and a harder one that's due by next week Tuesday. I feel like you should get that done first because it's so important. And you have to meet that deadline.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, go ahead.
I'm Brianna, and I feel like you should group the work. For example, the tasks that are like the most related, you put those together because those you can get done together, and that way you get most of them out of the way.
Great answer. Go ahead.
Like so I feel like you should identify which tasks require a lot of quality from you. Like for example, if you need to say like perfect, like you put your effort into that first, considering like you might be burnt out after doing 9 other tasks. It might not be your best quality effort.
Yes.
I would like to piggyback off what he said. If you have 10 urgent tasks, I feel like you should evaluate your skill set and see which tasks like align with your skill set, which will basically be easier for you to do.
Yeah, that's awesome. Anybody else?
Notice
Great
how,
answers, guys.
notice how everybody has different answers.
Yes, everyone thinks different, and that's great
Yeah.
because in the team, when you work on a company, it's always good to I would say put out there your thoughts because someone's thoughts or solving issue to a problem can be different. It can lead to a greater answer and results. All right, we're moving to the next.
And that kind of goes into the point of being able to adapt, right? And listen to other people's advice. When you're
Being flexible.
flexible and adaptability, yeah, because like, there's plenty of times like where I like, okay, let's go do this, and then Vera's like, well, why are we gonna do that? Why don't we do it this way? And then we end up doing either her way or a combination of both, and that's how we're able to work so well with each other. And in a work environment, when things are stressful, it's good to be able to lean on somebody else and ask them their opinion as well, and be open minded to taking suggestions.
So this could be an easy one. What is the first step when solving a problem in a business? Okay, you were first.
Yeah, so it goes to like wait, my name is Louis. It goes kind of to what I actually first responded. I think it was like the first or second question. And the first step of solving a problem is identifying the problem. As if you don't know the problem, you don't know what to solve.
Sure.
I was gonna say the first part. Oh, my name's Raphael, but I was saying like if I was to piggyback after like finding the problem, you should determine how you're gonna really solve it and what steps you're gonna take to really do it. As for example, like each problems are gonna like take a different like approach to doing it, I guess. So you might have to find like an outlook or maybe an idea or kind of like a scaffold to what you should really do.
So I feel like along with identifying the issue when you find it, I feel like you should find a long term solution to the problem and not something that's just gonna push it back a little further.
Right? Anybody? Yes, me too.
Alexis, and I think finding the root of the problem is going to be your first step to solving it because if you don't find the root of the problem, that problem could keep coming up no matter how much you solve it. So finding the root can eliminate that problem for the rest of your career, basically.
It's very, very true.
My name is Chris, and I'd say it would be to like plan out the most efficient solution to the problem, and yeah, go on from there.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I feel like my name is Aileen. I feel like when you have a problem in your business, I feel like the best way to like help it is by like communicating with like
By yourself.
yeah, or like everybody you work with, because I feel like if nobody knows what's going on, like nobody can like fix the problem, or like it won't be fixed because nobody knows about it.
You have to be identified. Yeah. Right? Anybody else?
I have a question. What if someone already said your answer?
Well, many of you guys already said the answer, already have it, but what it
Yeah.
is, we're not looking necessarily for the right answer. We want to see the brilliant mindset that we have here and to put it into perspective so everyone can learn.
How many more
That's what-
questions is that?
Probably one more, and that's it. I'm not gonna go two more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. How's the live? It's all right. So it's working.
Ah, you recording? I didn't even know. I did see. I thought maybe someone was watching online from home. We couldn't make it today.
I'm watching you in Maldives right now.
Oh, they do. Okay. Hello, Maldives. Okay. So, what helps a team stay organized with deadlines and tasks? First, go ahead.
I think the first thing is finding someone who will take initiative and kind of lead the group to like maybe to really work together. As I feel like in a team you should at least have somebody that can really bring everyone together and like bring their mindsets to really like solve the problem and like do it effectively as well.
Okay. Go ahead, my dear. You are next.
Repeat the question.
Sure thing. What helps a team to stay organized with deadlines and tasks? Right? Go ahead.
I feel like integrity and being dependable would definitely help with getting things out on deadline, because like if I expect you to do something or you say you're gonna do something and then don't, it could mess up the whole team's chemistry.
What should be your name?
So
So, okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Chris,
and,
right?
yeah, Chris.
I already start picking you up, Chris. Okay.
I'd say the most important part is to give each other roles depending on like each other's strong suits. So like you could get the role that best suits you, and you could work most efficiently at.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
I think Jerry. So I think having a great manager, like having a manager that's able to adapt to everyone's skill level and able to place up people in the areas they need to be placed at.
Sir, go ahead.
Louis, communication, teamwork, and there was another one I forget. Oh, organization are like in my opinion the top three most important things when working together in a group most effectively. As communication and teamwork kind of go hand in hand. And if you're working in a team, you obviously want to communicate to get the task done effectively and know like let your team know where you're at. And what's the other one I said? communication, teamwork, organization, because it kind of goes back to the point I said earlier, where I feel like if you do a little bit of each task, like all at the same time, you can work as effectively. And I feel organization in the team and everyone knowing what they're gonna do and having it planned out is gonna be best for having the project done by the deadline.
Or go ahead, my dear.
I would say my name is Amy, and I would say responsibility because I feel like if you feel as though you're not like responsible for something, you won't be able to get it done. So I feel like if you're in a group, like everybody should feel like responsible for what they're supposed to do.
Miss Brianna?
And I would say discipline because I feel like if all of your coworkers aren't taking the deadlines and when the tasks are due like as seriously as you are, then nothing is gonna get done at the end of the day. And everyone has to be like responsible enough to know that it can be turned in after that.
Very true. Go ahead.
Joel, and I would say communication and just like overall teamwork, because like you guys can be a part of the team, but like if you guys don't actually like work together to like complete the task, then at that point you're just like working by yourself and you're a part of a team. So you really need to be like collaborative and just have connection with your teammates.
Qualification absolutely right.
I would say confidence or faith in your capabilities and the capabilities of your team. Because if it all starts there, if you don't believe you can do it, you can't do it at all. So you gotta believe in yourself that you could do it first.
And then you can have the others following. Great job. Okay. Anybody else? Alrighty, that concludes my, I would say, questionnaire.
Grab the microphone.
Unless you want to be live on Maldives.
Live in Maldives, yes. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, the 6 people that are sitting down, stand up and give your chair to somebody else.
You wanna sit down?
You pick who it is.
You wanna sit down or Jerry?
I'm see. Let me say Jerry. Let's see.
All right.
You do it. Let me say Jerry. Let's see. All right. Ross, you probably move.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Peter, come on in.
Come on in, Perez. You know you're gonna be
That's the goal.
lively.
Bro, I feel like he's like a child or something, bro.
I feel like he's like Manny. He gives like Manny type of. He's like he be trolling a little bit, but he's funny.
You scoot over a bit, I may have backboard.
My bad.
You're here.
You have space?
All right. So Peter is going to talk to you just a little bit about the sales position and what that kind of looks like. So do you want me to ask you questions? Would that be easier for you to
Ask me a question.
Okay. So when you first showed up here and I told you that you were going to be working on sales calls, what was your first thought?
I would say, oh shit, because he didn't teach me how to do it. He just told me do this, but nobody was there to teach me and stuff like that. So he threw me out into the fire, which it was good. The best thing he did, So
What exactly is it that you do?
I make phone calls. He sends me leads. Each lead is a resident, person. So I make phone calls and ask them if they want to buy or sell a property, home or condo. And usually, no, a lot of them are landlines, old phone numbers. So I go for the mobiles first. And sometimes they want to buy. Usually they want to buy more than sell. And you just gotta be respectful. When they speak, don't interrupt them. Sometimes you're gonna speak to older people, so you have to listen. Speak to older people. You gotta be nice and calm because a lot of older people get scared. You know, energized. You get energized from the people. Got a good tone of voice, stuff like that. But respect. Let them speak. And you ask them basic questions. Somebody wants to sell. Where you located? Is what type of property? A two-family home, a condo, whatever. And they'll say, oh, so. You start writing shit down. I'm being straight out. You write it down. You're gonna transfer it to the computer, but it's quicker, pen and pencil. You write it down, how many floors, why you want to sell it, where you located, how much does the home, worth, how much is it worth, or how much you think you could get from it.
So before we get into like the scripts, I want to just stick to the and that's all good stuff. You're absolutely correct. How many calls do you think you make on a daily basis? Well, first of all, how many hours are you here on a day?
I'm here 9 to 5. I make between 150 and 200 calls.
Anybody here ever made 200 phone calls
No.
in a day?
Yeah.
So now I just want to kind of put that into perspective. Of those 200 phone calls, how many conversations do you think you having?
About 10 or 12, like nice a conversation, not like hey, well, goodbye, thank you. No, a conversation like we're speaking. Meaning that you gotta get their attention quick, so they can have. You gotta be clear when you say because you got blah 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 blah. People don't have time for that in the morning, whatever in the afternoon. They don't. People don't want to be bothered unless it's something important.
So of the, let's just use round numbers. Let's just call it 100 phone calls. Of the 100 phone calls, how many people answer the phone?
Like 45%.
Okay. All right, about half the people are answering the phone.
Yes.
And then of the people who are answering the phone, what does it sound like when they don't want to be bothered? What are those conversations?
The first thing they say, who's calling? And I say it's so and so Peter from Keller Williams. Don't bother me. Don't call me back. Take my number off the list. If they ask you how did I get my number, you tell them I got it from a data bank.
Yep.
That's what you gotta say.
Yeah, from our database. Yes. All right. So 45% of the people are answering the calls. And then of that, you're saying about 10 to 15 people you're having conversations with.
Yes, yes, yes.
So think about that, guys. You got 100 phone calls. Less than half the people are answering, and then of all of the people who answer, you're only getting about 10 or 12 conversations. That's about 10 or 12% of an 8-hour day. Now, just to put it in perspective, of those 10 to 12 people, how many of them end up becoming an appointment?
It's all the day of the week, like I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays are the good days. I've gotten days where I've gotten 5 to 7 appointments. 3 and 4 is great. But there was a couple of days I didn't get nobody. And it's frustrating, but you gotta be there because the next day could be different.
How do you keep that positive sort of mindset? How do you get through that on those days when nobody's want to buy?
Well, I consider myself an apprentice. I want to become a real estate agent. And a lot of real estate agents that work here, they started off like that, but after they became an agent, they don't do it no more. And I'm thinking, why don't you do it? That you're speaking directly to the people on your days off. Make phone calls. If you really want to get ahead and make money, they should continue making calls. You have to have patience. A lot of these people live well. A lot of people are very old. You just want to get 2 properties every couple of months. But if you really want to make money, you that are young, you got to work into it, and it pays off.
And to your point about it paying off, so just in your head, do these calculations, right? You sit here for 8 hours. You make 100 phone calls. Half the people answer, right? And then of that, you're getting about 10 to 12 conversations. On an average day, I could say Peter probably sets anywhere from 2 to 4 appointments.
Yes.
Right. Those 2 to 4 appointments, the average price point in the Bronx right now for a single family home, and I'm just going to use round numbers, is approximately $600,000 to buy a house. Right. Remember, we talked about the house that we saw over there. That was 665. I'm going to use that as kind of like a round number, a little bit lower, 600,000. Can anybody tell me what the average commission is for a real estate agent and how they charge commissions? Go ahead. Either one of you, it doesn't matter.
I was gonna say about 6 to 8%.
That's a good guess. Okay, what do you say?
I was gonna say like 2 to 3%.
Okay, and what do you think?
I think 5%.
Okay, so all of you are within the range, right? So it's anywhere from 2 to 6%, depending on how good you are. So for me personally, when I'm working with a buyer, I charge 3%. When I'm working with a seller, I charge 4%. So let's just do some quick math. Let's assume that we're working with a buyer, right? He sets let's call it 2 appointments a day. So that's 600,000. What's 2% of 600,000?
Okay.
12,000. Yes, $12,000. And he sets 2 of those a day. How much is that? $24,000 a day. Now, let's say $24,000 a day. Multiply that by 5 days in a week. What are you guys at?
So you read like 100K.
About $120,000 potential for that week. Now, take 120, multiply it by 52 weeks in a year. You guys might want to pull out your phone for this one. Do 125 times 52 weeks.
It's deadline.
What does it say?
6,500.
6,500.
500.
6
what?
million
Wait, did I not do it?
$500,000 is the potential for you to be able to make. Say it one more time, please, slowly.
6,500,000.
That's a lot of money.
$6.5 million.
Drop out, guys.
Who is surprised by that number? Raise your hand.
Very.
It sounds crazy, right? $6 million. And that is for somebody, Peter, who is working 8 hours a day, making 100 phone calls a day.
The minimum.
Now that is the minimum, right? So in my head, I say to myself, like, why the heck doesn't everybody just come in and learn how to do this? Like you could go to law school, you could become a doctor, you could go do whatever the heck you want to do in this world and pay all these hundreds of thousands of dollars in schooling, or you could just learn how to sell. And real estate is just the angle that I know. You could sell stocks, you could sell life insurance, you could sell health insurance, you could sell mortgages. The point of it is that I want everybody just to see the potential for what it is. Now you're not going to close every single one of those deals, but let's just say you closed 10% of those deals. You have your calculator again?
650,000.
Thank you. Say it again.
650,000.
$650,000, and that's only if you're selling 10% of the potential. Yes.
Question for
Yeah.
What's the most amount of appointments you made in a day?
7. It's usually Tuesdays. Tuesday before I made 5. Usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays. I don't know why. Thursdays and Fridays, I think people are dying to just go have fun because at the end of the week. But Wednesday and Tuesday are the big days for me.
Yes.
How many numbers would you say in your database?
I have in my database, what was the last thing we had?
20,000.
About 20,000 names. And so, just so you guys are aware, we started a new initiative in January, and that's part of kind of where you guys fit into this. And I think it's important just to kind of express everything, right? And just so you guys have full transparency, I stopped buying new leads and doing new lead sources and paying for new leads in January because I said to myself, I've got 20,000 names in here. 20,000 names, even at 10%, right? Call it 5%. 5% of 20,000, 1,000 people in the database that are doing business. 1,000 times that same 20,000. I got $2 million essentially in the database right now. So why don't I focus on that? So what I said was, okay, I'm gonna start this new program called LSQS, Lead Specialist Qualifying Service, right? Essentially, the concept of it is I get a ton of people that come in here and say, I want to make money, I want to do real estate, I want to sell real estate, and I bring them on my team, and then 3 months later they don't show up, they don't make the phone calls, they oh, nobody's answering the phone, these leads suck, I don't want to do an open house, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, after I invest so much time into them. So now I created this system where it's like, hey, you're going to make phone calls for the first 30, 60, 90 days. You're going to be paid per appointment held, and you're going to be paid a percentage of the commission for the first 30 days. The first 60 days, those numbers go up. The last 30 days, you're going to actually start learning the business and coming on appointments with me.
Can I say something?
Please.
Well, this week it was good. I got to sign somebody, right?
Yes, we did just sign up one client yesterday.
Yes. And today, the last call I made, we got a seller. Seller's a house for Wakefield in the Bronx for 700,000, renovated 2-family home.
700. Please, guys, my brain immediately goes to this. $700,000. I charge 4%. How much is that worth?
Like 28,000.
28. It's not like 28,000. It's 28 grand. It's 28 grand. Now, listen, I just want to put this out there just so you guys are aware. The average salary in the United States of America is probably around 50K, and that might even be high. So you're talking about one phone call out of a couple thousand is worth half somebody's salary. Now, my father used to tell me, he said, look, you could work only so hard with your hands. There's only one of you, and you only have 2 hands. But with your mind, you can accomplish anything. So that's kind of how I was raised to like think about, how can I make more money and not have to break my body down and not have to work outside in the cold and not have to do these things. But so I learned these skill sets to be able to do it. And not only that, I've been blessed enough to be able to learn enough to be able to share it with people. Like, you know how nice it is to be able to, Peter, how long have I known you?
11 years.
11 years. How did I meet you?
He was opening up a bar, and he was visiting a friend at another place I was working, and his friend introduced me to him, and he told me, "Oh, I need somebody," and he hired me. He's good at observing people and breaking them down, you know. And he saw me and he thought that if I wanted to work, I worked as a bar back, dishwasher. I did everything. I was like the jack of all trades there. And I stayed there from the beginning to the end. I was the only employee that was there one.
11 years he worked for me as a barback and a porter, right? And then and now and he was always there. He was going back to your qualities, right? He showed up on time. He never lied. He was loyal. He had integrity. He was adaptable. He was able to do a jack of all trades, right? Like so, and all of that led us to the point where he reached out to me a couple months ago and just said, "Hey, you know, you got any work?" And I said, "Yeah, listen, if you want, come in, make some calls." And now, how are you feeling about the business now?
It's fantastic. It's almost like I'm gonna be straight out. I like being straight out with people. I've always searched for something to do, a purpose, and I found it here. I found something about it, like dealing with people, which I was used to doing on the restaurant, the bar. But here it's different. It's a different environment. I met a certain group of people there. Over here, it's a go-getters, people that are focused. They know what they want to do, and that's a big influence. You know, that's why I forgot. You told me something that I forgot who it is, but I'm gonna be biblical. To be honest with you, it's all about wisdom. If you want to be wise, you gotta hang out with people who are wise. You want to make money, you hang around with people who want to make money. It's being honest. You know, if you hang out with guys on the street that are hustling and just want to live day to day and have no focus, that's how you're gonna end up like that. That mind thought.
To Peter's point, I want to just, and you guys might not have heard this, but I want you to remember this one thing. If you remember nothing else from today or this internship, right? You are the sum of the average 5 people you hang out with. If you hang out with 5 people that are hanging out on the corner and working and not working, excuse me, and doing whatever the heck they're doing on the corner, and they're not in their self development or doing anything better for their lives, you're going to be the sixth. If you're hanging out with 6 people who drink a lot, you're going to be the sixth. If 5 people who drink a lot, you're going to become the sixth. If you hang out with 5 losers, essentially, is what I'm saying, you're going to be the sixth loser. So if you want to make something of your life, hang out with people that are either doing the same thing you're doing or doing better than you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Seriously, remember that. Okay, so that's enough mindset stuff, Peter. Thank you very much. Who here had sales on their thing? It was a lot of you. A lot of you guys wanted to do sales. First pick sales. All right, cool. So what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Peter, take them 5 to the pulpit. And what I want you to do is let them sit there and listen to you make some calls.
All right.
So you guys are just gonna observe right now, and I want you to take some notes, put it in your phone, or write it down on a piece of paper. Peter, it's matter. Yeah, go ahead.
I missed it.
Anybody?
May I go?
Listen, if you're not stuck with what you chose. I just did that as a preliminary. If anybody now, after hearing me say all that, is like, "Oh shit, I want to make some sales." Yeah. Yeah. All right. Now, admin people. There weren't too many admin people, but
Wait, what did she say?
marketing. Anybody here? So what do we got? We got marketing.
Oh, yeah.
Leadership.
What exactly do you do in admin? I only saw it like on the
Support role. Your support.
Okay.
Your support role. So like anybody who chose admin, anybody have admin and want to work for Vera?
Chris.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to sit with the two of them in the office for a little bit? Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna walk them through just a little bit of marketing stuff. You can go in our office.
You want to set them on things?
Okay. Let me just see that live real quick, because your arm's got to be hurting you at this point.
Nah, it's not bad.
Yeah, you good? Wonder how it sounds. Okay, here.
I'm gonna face you, like here.
No, I'm gonna sit down. All right. So marketing. Oh, marketing. So who can come up with some ideas, or let's just spitball a little bit. If I wanted to get in front of, you have a question?
No, I have an idea.
Oh, go ahead. Let's see. Well, hold on. Let me
All right.
get out my question, then I'm happy to hear your idea. So, if I want to attract more buyers or sellers to the business, because remember, keep in mind, Peter and the sales role,
Mhm.
what they do is they call the leads. What marketing does is they get the leads to come in through their campaigns. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
And then Vera and the operations works to make sure that all of that gets down the line to the sales through the sales process. Do you see how that all kind of
Mhm.
works together,
Yeah.
and how it's important for everybody to kind of work together?
Yes.
Raphael, right?
Yes, sir.
Raphael, go first. Go
Oh,
ahead.
so an idea I had for marketing was to really to showcase the buildings or the apartments that you are selling. For example, I saw online how, for example, Instagram or TikTok, where like real estate agents would actually like give like a showcase of the apartments or units that they are selling. And I noticed how in when I check the comment sections, I see a lot of people are interested, and as the way they also like ask if they're available or like what's like the monthly, and I noticed that it attracts a lot of people.
Okay. Yes. So you're talking about property tours.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes, you are 100% correct. That's a good idea. Go ahead.
So I have two ideas actually. One, simple advertisement. Advertisement once you're on TV or once you put like for example by my house, there is there's a poster on a building with the name of the real estate company. And they have the phone number and everything. So they put their name bold because to me, marketing is all about how you organize everything. Psychology. That's gonna catch your attention, and then you have the contact info that's also gonna catch your attention. So you have posters or videos on TV that's gonna catch everybody's attention. The most people.
So before you go any further, who else thinks that advertising would be a great idea?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you guys a question. How much does it cost to put a billboard on top of a building or run a newspaper ad?
Like 10 grand, right? Like it's
Well,
expensive.
it's
It
expensive, right?
depends on the size of the billboard, obviously, but like most of them can range it to like the $100,000 range.
You guys have driven down the West Side Highway to Manhattan.
Yes, sir.
Those billboards, I priced it out one time, and it was $25,000 a day,
A day?
A day.
and you had to pay for the billboard. You have to pay for the billboard. Like I had to pay a company to go there and design the billboard, go up there and put the billboard up.
Well, you actually put it up.
No, I did not. I was. It was just out of time. I also looked into Times Square because my the bar and restaurant that I owned, it was a piano bar in Manhattan, and I looked into I looked into like billboards in Times Square also, and like on buses and at bus stops and in supermarkets. Like now that like you're kind of once your brain is used to seeing it, like thinks about it, now you're gonna see advertisements everywhere.
Mhm.
The point I'm getting at is that all of that stuff costs money, regardless of if it's 100,000 or if it's $100. Okay, who's familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk?
Sure.
Gary V.
You know who that is, yeah.
Gary V. What,
Yeah.
how do you? What do you know about him?
On like Instagram, it's like he talks about how like you should be a electrician because AI and to market and like just like like he owns a marketing firm.
Yeah.
So like it's just things like
Vayner Media.
Vayner Media, yeah.
Vayner Media. So Gary Vaynerchuk's biggest claim to fame was he was big on YouTube when YouTube first started. His father owned a liquor store, and he took the liquor store from being a brick and mortar, which means like in a location, online.
Mhm.
And he started doing YouTube videos and doing wine tastings, and everybody knew him for wine. And then what he would do is he would say, "Hey, if you want to order wine, call this number right here." Now, guess how much all of that cost him?
Nothing. Almost near nothing.
Zero. Zero. The same thing I'm doing
Mhm.
right now, right? I'm recording live on YouTube. It's zero. Social media, you don't got to pay nothing for it. It's organic. Now, that being said, if you don't feed the algorithm and you don't get good at doing social media, you're not going to get much of a return.
Yeah.
But by shying away from it and being completely closed minded to the fact of that this right here is free, I can go spend $100,000 for a billboard, or I could put $100,000 into social media.
Right.
Yes.
That also goes into my second idea. I was also gonna state manipulating the algorithm. You could do that. You could do a simple TikTok trend, and it would, or it's something called shock value, or something so small about the video that would catch so many people's attention. Next thing you know, you had views coming in from everywhere, and not only just TikTok. I would have limited myself to one platform. I'll put myself everywhere. YouTube Shorts, Snapchat Spotlight, Instagram Reels. I'll be everywhere.
I'm not so familiar with Snapchat Spotlight, but I do want to get more familiar. Yes.
So I had an idea earlier when you first said it. I'm thinking connect your supply and demand with the SEO. Um, Based on what most people want in that area for like their houses, like if they want like a big backyard or something, have it connected to your page through that SEO. So when people look, oh, house with big backyard or something on Google, they find you. You're gonna be up there.
So SEO, does everybody know what SEO stands for?
No, sir.
Search engine optimization. Think. I don't know why the computer's not working right here, but I just typed in Bronx real estate for sale, and a bunch of stuff would have popped up.
Was that what we spoke on with the domains?
Part of it, yes. Part of it, yes. But search engine optimization is if you optimize your website with specific words that will match the search results. Perfect example, right? Like I think we talked about this a little bit, right? Like if you were searching for sneakers, what would you search? Sneakers for sale. You might immediately type StockX because you know it. But if you didn't know StockX, what would you type in? Sneakers for sale, or Jordans, or whatever the case may be, whatever it is you're looking for. And that's the same thing she's talking about. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, that's a great strategy. The problem with that strategy is that it's extremely hard to get ranked on Google without paying for it, because Google wants you to spend money on Google AdWords. So that is a great strategy. Keep that in mind. One strategy to go down that route is blog posts. Now I have a website that is a blog, and maybe that could be something that we could work on as well. I'm gonna just go around the room. Okay, yes.
So what I originally was gonna say to your original question, like what are ways to advertise the business? Um, what I was thinking is doing like videos, and to add on to what Ronnie said, like videos that catch the viewer's attention, like an elevator pitch, and do something that the viewer can relate to. For example, maybe be in a neighborhood scene. If you're trying to sell a house, maybe like start outside, show off like the good things, and do something that catches the reader attention. Like for example, like State Farm. We've probably all heard of State Farm, and we probably all know them because of their good advertisement, I guess. But I guess that's something you can like study, analyze the companies that are successful at advertising, and implement that in your own business.
Yep. So Jake from State Farm. Everybody knows Jake from State
Yes.
Farm,
Oh yes, yes.
right? It's because he's a recognizable figure.
Mhm.
Another insurance companies are really good. A lot of these companies are good. At
Oh,
this, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But what I always go to is I go to the Progressive commercials.
Exactly.
That's the same.
oh yeah.
The lady Flo.
That's
Mhm.
what I'm saying.
Like I'm Liberty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Liberty. Wait, which is the one that does
Gecko?
Geico? Is
Geico, yeah. Oh yeah, F1.
stupid little dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, it's just like you just kind of these things just kind of get stuck in your head. So what I want you to all take away from this is like my goal is for everybody in my world, my 20,000 people, my whatever 3,000 followers on Instagram, my 4 or 5,000 people on Facebook, my 500-600 people on LinkedIn, my 5 people on TikTok. My whole goal is for all of them, when they think real estate, they think me. So this group, the idea is for us to come up with maybe 1 or 2 campaigns that we can execute to attract buyers and sellers. And I think personally, because we don't have a budget, and Atmosphere ain't giving me a budget for this, we're gonna focus on social media. Okay. Now that can be a combination of blog posts. It could be podcast, right? We have a podcasting room over here. Does anybody have any interest in podcasting?
Think somewhat.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Well, we're gonna go in the studio anyway, and we're gonna put 2 of you in there and let you have
Oh.
a conversation anyway, just so you can kind of get the vibe for it. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
and we're gonna come up with some campaigns. But yes, go ahead, my friend.
Another thing is I feel like for like a good thing is to become maybe like a social representative and talk to the people and get guys, you said that you've bought like apartments or houses near a specific neighborhood. So I think a good thing is to showcase that neighborhood and actually show its qualities as when people try to search up houses or like places to buy or sell in that neighborhood, they might go see you as since you specialize in that, or you can at least talk to people and see like what their opinion on like their opinion is, because you can see how a lot of people really like hearing like things from others, like for example like reviews, as people try to check reviews to see what other people think. So I guess it'll be a good way to catch people's eyes that maybe like wanting to like get something.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything you guys are saying is 100% correct. Yes.
I would like to share an example and also like to share
Sure.
another idea. So a perfect example is a real estate agent. Forgot his name, and I deleted TikTok, so I won't be able to show you. But what he does is he goes. He's in Texas. He showcases all these big houses and he calls it speed tours. He runs through the whole house and shows.
Oh, I see those.
He's like, speed tour. He makes these little jokes, but he will get so much interactive. Now I also want to add on to what Raphael said.
I like that idea.
I think
Want me to show you it?
a perfect
I can pull it up. All
a
right.
perfect campaign idea is going to neighborhoods in New York, filming and asking people how they feel about the housing in New York, how they feel about the pricing, how they price it in New York, and that's how you advertise how they really.
You know, to I like that. And what I came up with an idea that I would once the weather got nice.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen like the signs where it's like there's somebody just sitting down and they're like pretending to like drink a coffee or whatever, and it says like ask me about real estate, or convince me I'm wrong, convince me the Democrats are right, convince me the Republicans are right. Let me just see it.
You can put up the volume. You can see he's like very charismatic as the way he speaks. Want me to go?
A lot of lawyers do that. They be like, "Oh, my subject lawyer."
$2.5 million.
Where's that? PA?
Yeah. PA, yeah.
And
You can see he's getting a lot of public recognition as like his page is huge.
public, especially because like and you have humor, you have short form concepts, you have humor, you're not paying someone to advertise, like your own self advertisement, and that house probably like is likely to sell like 10 times faster than a house without advertising.
Like if you go to like a video and look at the comments, you can see how some people are kind of really like a little bit interested in it.
It's fun.
It's gonna do well because it's piggybacking off of already viral stuff.
Paint jobs are crazy. Bluetooth balcony in Australia would be 3.2, and in Ireland this would be 2 million. Tell me why it's smaller here. I want to send those to my realtor dad so badly, but I feel I always wait for this in the garage. Speed tour. I never get tired of this. Is the garage. That's funny. The camera had to get more and more aggressive, opening doors, saying their face. Yeah, but like, here's the thing, right? Like, first of all, I don't have the personality for this.
Yeah.
So it's not going to work for me personally.
Yeah.
Right. Second of all, I don't see anything in here that's actually turning into leads. All of this is like, can I buy the house with everything in it? That neighborhood is right behind my house, blah, blah, blah. The walls match the comfort, show them speed or kind of thing. So yes, you do get recognition and maybe they'll recognize you and it will help with other stuff. But I'm just wondering.
I think I can actually show an example. I actually saw.
So on this topic, there's this guy on Instagram. I think his name is Dehan Tolmac. He works in Manhattan. He does polls like, "Oh, do you think this is overpriced?" or "Do you like the view from this apartment?" While he showcases it, and I've reacted to some of these polls myself. They have a large audience. In the comments, you would see, "Oh, how much for an apartment like this? Like, where can I view this? Like, whatever." And I think that's a good idea, like making polls, because a lot of people are interested in that.
So hold that thought, right? I want to go back to what I was thinking, right? Just to tell you my idea. I wanted to put a table outside this office right here with a sign that said, "Ask me about real estate."
Oh, I see those. They do. I saw a doctor one and a lawyer one.
Isn't anything. Like, go ahead. Let's just try it out in this room.
But
That's
can
the
I also
question.
before we start,
Yeah.
an idea that we could do to make it like I guess funny. We could like have some of us like holding a sign, and it's like funny, like come right here to like know your house worth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we advertise it around like the block, and then we just they come to you, they ask you about real estate, and we also could post it in social media as a video.
And doing that in an area that is super high traffic.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That like so by your school, you guys are on 231st, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I grew up like 6 blocks away. I grew up on 230th in Sedgwick. And if you go up 231st Street up to Riverdale Avenue, it's super busy up there. You
Yeah.
guys know up there, like where Yogurt is.
Oh yeah, I live near there.
So like over, yeah, so if I put a chair and a table right outside of Yo Burger on Saturdays from 12 to 2 p.m., like people are just gonna come up to me and ask me questions.
Yeah.
And yeah, well that's
Oh,
That's gonna be a lot.
well, it's not a bad idea, and you are right. But for me, my target audience is more Riverdale. Times Square, I don't really do real estate in Manhattan. I do real estate in the Bronx. So while that would be great content, and I would be open minded to it, but I might get like I'm not gonna get leads for people that I'm gonna be able to sell stuff to. See what I'm saying? Yes.
near my area in Riverdale, I noticed how like a lot of elderly like are kind of interested into like selling their house or apartments to kind of scale down. I think it would be a good idea as like you can tell people like an estimate of how much their property could be worth, and it kind of lead them in the direction if they should sell it or if they should like maybe save it until like the value really increases.
Let me get that phone real quick. I have a 2:15 meeting. All right, guys, I'm logging off for interns today. Let's just see here. Boom, boom, boom. Hello, hello, hello. I don't know who you people are, but peace.